Well, Davante Adams' era in Green Bay officially over. The Packers have agreed to trade the superstar wide receiver to the Raiders in a blockbuster deal with multiple picks, including Las Vegas' first-round selection in the 2022 NFL Draft, going back to Green Bay. For Adams, will also receive a new contract with the Raiders that makes him the highest-paid receiver in the NFL, worth over $141 million over 5 years. On top of that, you get a long-term deal and a reunited with his friend, Derek Carr. That connection goes back to Fresno State days when they played their college ball. But the past 4 seasons, you can argue that Adams has been the top dog when it comes to wide receiver one. Check it out, number 1 in all the categories here. The AFC West continues to load up on stars. You just got a pass catcher. That might be a problem we're looking in that division. For more of this, let's talk with our Jason La Canfora. Of course, your reaction here. Adams out the door, heading to the Raiders, looking at that offense with Derek Carr. How much of an improvement are we looking at Las Vegas when it comes to adding this piece here?
Look, Josh McDaniels, their new head coach, is a proven game planner. He's a schemer. In New England, he could change their offensive identity to fit their personnel and that of the opponent on a week-to-week basis. He now has maybe the deepest group of chess pieces in the league when you talk about people who can affect the passing game in different ways. And yes, I would like to see them buttress their offensive line a little bit more, and they are exploring those options and talking to several potential offensive line replacements, but upgrades. But look, you've got Renfro's ability to work things underneath, find those seams, take advantage of creases and zone defenses from the slot. You've got Darren Waller, who's the number 1 matchup problem for any tight end in the NFL. You talk to other teams, when you look at his athleticism at that size and the way he can be moved around, he's a problem. Now you have Davante Adams. People like Steve Smith, Michael Irvin, I've chatted with them about this. They think Davante Adams is the number 1 receiver in the NFL. That's good enough for me. Edwards, a young receiver starting to come on. He gained confidence last year, and Josh Jacobs can catch the ball very well out of the backfield and get you yards after the catch. Look, they're going to be a handful for any defense. You said it. The arms race is on in the AFC West. They've added the best quarterback available. They've added some of the best pass rushers available. They added the best corner available. They added the best wide receiver available. And we're only 3 days into the start of the league year, so stay tuned.
All right, looking at the Packers for this, Aaron Rodgers, his number 1 target gone out of Green Bay. What's their next step of maybe, you won't be able to replace them, but what are their options there of finding a target for A-Rod?
Well, look, they've got 2 picks in the top, 55 now. At least one of them is going to be used on a pass catcher. Could be tight end or receiver. Could be one of each. They've got some major holes to fill there. They're not going to find a plug-and-play Davante Adams. That's just not going to happen. But you could look at them now. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That's someone who they had interest in bringing back before. Would seem like a no-brainer now. And that deep threat, that big play guy, keep that element in the fold. And there are a lot of interesting slot options as well if they want to go that route, whether it's Jarvis Landry, whether it's Jamison Crowder, whether it's Cole Beasley. So I think they'll be active in that regard as well. But the draft, this is something we all thought they were going to address in the draft 2 years ago, right? It's part of the reason they got in this jackpot with Aaron Rodgers in the first place and drew his ire, was trading up to take a quarterback instead of adding some pass catchers to build around Davante Adams. Well, now the problem is acute because they don't have those guys. They never drafted them, and they don't have Davante Adams. So we'll see. Aaron Rodgers is being paid $50 million a year to continue to play like an MVP. And in this case, at the receiver position, he's probably going to have to do a little bit more with a little bit less because the number 1 guy is gone.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.